What's up, zoners? This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Jason, the lucky bastard. Youth Wolf coming at you live from the West Coast, and this is the Fantasy Red Zone. Today, Jason, we have our trade calculator. We're going to be telling you who to trade for, who to trade away. We even have a couple of holds, man. One of which was my so-called fantasy MVP for the season. He was the MVP of the weekend, though, Jason, for God's sakes. But hey, before we get into all of that, Jason, the public needs to know how they can help the show. So can you tell them?
I can. The way to help this show is hitting that smash button, hitting that smash button, smashing that like button. And if you're new to the channel, if you go ahead and subscribe to us.
Jason, I'm going to cut it. I hated mine so bad. You
can't I thought that was funny. Fuck. Okay.
I know you think it was funny, but I was just like, I think I fucked up. Okay. Sorry, man.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Just like, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Because I fucked up some shit. I forgot what I was going to say, and I just kept on talking. All right. What's up, zoners? This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Jason, the lucky bastard. Youth Wolf coming at you live at the West Coast. And this is the Fantasy Red Zone. Today, we have our trade special. God, dude. I said coming at you from the. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Ooh, how did I ever do this before, man? With somebody in the air. What's up, zoners? This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Jason, the lucky bastard. Youth Wolf coming at you live from the West Coast. And this is the Fantasy Red Zone. Today, we're going to be talking trades, man. We've got our trade calculator. We're going to be telling you who to trade for, who to hold on to, and who to trade away. Then we're going to input that into the calculator. We're going to get real trades, man, that are happening right now. So you know who you have to trade away, who you have to get these targets we're going to be talking about, all right? So, Jason, before we get into all that, can you please tell the public how they can help the show, because we need help.
Yeah, if you guys are enjoying this already, if you enjoyed this type of information, please smash the like. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe. Please, we have a goal to get to 3,000. We're trying to get there the best that we can. We can't do it without you guys. We're also on the radio on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you want to send us a follow on that too, please. And then what do we got? We got a thank you button on all of our videos if you're feeling friendly. Back to you, Tyler.
Hey, man, I got news real fast. Wan'Dale Robinson had an MRI today to see how bad that leg was. He had to leave the game yesterday. Everybody was like, hey, man, maybe, because it was right on the knee, maybe it's a bone bruise. Maybe it's a bone bruise. I hope to God it's a bone bruise. Jason, it was a bone bruise. He is considered day-to-day. So Wan'Dale Robinson, I think we had a trade for him a couple of weeks ago. Is still in play.
Yeah, a couple shots of bone broth, and he'll be good to go.
Man, I just had my bone broth twice, man, with some rice today. Instead of water, use bone broth. Hey, it's amazing.
It's good.
Jason, Dalton Kincaid, week to week with a hamstring injury. He was putting together, man, huge weeks. He's becoming like a solid tight end this year, even though I hated him before coming into the season. So hate. But Kincaid, Jason, hamstring injury, still young, but don't be trying to trade for him anytime soon.
Yeah, now maybe Dawson Knox could be a sneaky play for these upcoming weeks.
Then I saw this, Jason. This pisses me off because I've been talking about you got to pick up Joe Flacco. I still think Joe Flacco is like a must. I mean, dude, he was only owned like in 33% of leagues still as of a couple days ago. But Joe Burrow says he will be back week 13. That's his target date to return, man. That's insane. Joe Burrow's been playing great. It's that defense has been terrible. So I would keep Joe Burrow out if I was the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, geez. Because I just picked up Joe Flacco in our home league.
Yeah, I know. For like $0, right?
Zero. I didn't bid a freaking thing. And in my other league, Tyler, I have Prescott, Stafford, and Joe Burrow in the IR. You gotta kill one, marry one, sleep with one. What would you do?
I'm sleeping with all of them. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I was like, what would be the most extreme answer?
You do the gesture as well. Like I want to be vocal and give a gesture.
Anyways, stuff. I apologize about that. What was the question again?
I don't even think it matters. It doesn't matter. It's not important. So I'm guessing I have Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, and Joe Burrow. When Joe Burrow comes back, I got to drop one of those quarterbacks.
So you probably keep Joe Burrow.
Right.
And then Dak Prescott or who?
Matthew Stafford.
Holy shit. That's insane.
I drafted Joe Burrow and Dak Prescott, and then I just picked up Matthew Stafford off of waivers a couple weeks ago.
And you can't have 3 quarterbacks on a team. That'd be just too much.
Yeah. I can because in our listener league, people want to have 20 slots on our bench, but
I keep Matthew Stafford, Jason, right now.
I think so too.
So
Stafford and Burrow.
All right, Jason, I'm going to start sharing this. We're starting to go over trade fours first. I love this one. I wrote this down. Did I write this one down yesterday? Oh, I did. When I was doing my waiver wire, Jason, I was like, the time is now. Things are coming to. We told you this was going to happen, Jason, and it happened. So the screen's going to go black for a second, then you're going to see what we're talking about, dog. Yep. Jerry Jeudy would be my first trade for. I think you could still get him for cheap. 6 receptions on 12 targets, so that's a 50% catch rate out there for you math nerds. 78 yards and a touchdown versus the Jets. The Jets are going to be terrible from here on out, probably, if I had to guess. Getting rid of your 2 best defensive players. Stefanski had handed off play calling to the same coach who called plays last year when Jeudy went nuclear with Winston. So the second half, I think week 9 on, with Winston, without Winston, regardless, Jeudy was the 4th most targeted wide receiver out of all the NFL. So, and then I'm looking at his schedule. Baltimore, Minnesota just put up JJ McCarthy just put up like 240 yards, as high of the season, and it's going to remain the high of the season. At Las Vegas, San Francisco has nobody, dude. They've got nobody healthy. Tennessee, and then at Chicago during the first week of playoffs. So we've got 5 weeks coming up of Jerry Jeudy getting hyper targeted. He's going to be a top 10 play probably for the rest of the season, Jason. And you have to trade for him right now. Otherwise, I mean, Baltimore might. I don't know how Baltimore's kind of up and down. But if they play anything like they did last week, he should be getting targeted a ton and get a lot of points. And then Las Vegas, Tennessee, Chicago. Holy shit, man. So Jerry Jeudy, Jason, I'm trying to trade for.
Yeah, how crazy is this that we just did our special rest of the season strength of schedule, and Jerry Jeudy was brought up because he had the top 3 schedule from here on out. And then those fun facts of this was the same time last year when he transferred the play calling and Jerry Jeudy lifted off 19 points this week. Pretty crazy.
12 targets.
Okay. You heard it here first at the Fantasy Red Zone. Okay. Trades. This one's kind of interesting. I don't know about this, but I'm going to get your reaction. Jerry Jeudy. No, let's do this. Drake London for Jerry Jeudy.
What?
That happened today.
I'm keeping. I didn't. Were we supposed to be trading away Drake London for pennies on the dollar?
I don't know. No, it's at the very top. I just wanted to get your reaction. Okay, the next one. Tyrone Tracy for Jerry Jeudy.
They better deny that trade and kick out both owners.
Cheating.
Coercion.
Yeah,
it's actually. Okay, what's up?
Okay. Tyrone Tracy, Jerry Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy, dog. I'm not about that. I mean, the new interim coach, but man, they weren't running the ball anyways. Yeah, and Jackson Darts will be back. He's going to be 1 week concussed. No, Jerry Jeudy, man.
Okay, then, dude, this actually happened twice with Drake London. Holy crap, that's crazy. Would you do Travion Henderson for Jerry Jeudy?
Oh, Jason. I'm holding Travion Henderson because there's a small chance in this world that he goes nuclear for the second half of the season. He's a league winner. And I am correct about my prediction, my MVP. But right now he's been the worst player I've ever owned. As far, I did start him this last week, thank God. But I think I would have to wait, Jason, just to see. You gotta wait, man. He looked so fast yesterday; it was insane. So I would hold Travion Henderson.
What did he get? 22 miles an hour?
Him and that Kyle fucking whatever Williams looked like the fastest 2 minutes. It reminded me of watching that Kansas City Chiefs game with those 2 punt returners.
Yeah, I know that was pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't know about Kyle Williams, man. I picked him up and I put him on my bench to see what was going to happen, and still only 2 targets. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
worth starting yet.
I took him off my waiver wire my waiver wire show because there's only 2 targets. I couldn't tell somebody to do it.
All right.
All right, Jason, on to your buy. Michael Pittman Jr. Alex Pierce has been dominating with 34 targets in 4 games. Do you want to read this or do you want me to, Jason?
I get it. Just let me set up the trade calc. Okay. Alex Pierce has been dominating with 34 targets of 4 games. That's great. Everyone's been talking about this guy. He's the talk of the town, talk of Indy. Finished the game with 7 targets, 4 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown last week. Despite 3 points for Pittman versus the Falcons, Pittman has 32 targets on the last 4 games. That's only 2 less than Pierce during that span. Pittman's also scored 66 points during that span to Pierce's 58 points. Pittman had a horrible matchup versus A.J. Terrell, who gives an elite 0.10 fantasy points per route run. That's who was covering Pittman. Pittman has a 19% red zone target share. Pierce only has a 5%. Pittman is still the wide receiver to own. He just had a bad matchup, and Taylor ran for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game. He took over it. Colts have a bye next week. Could be a good time to trade for him if owner can't afford PTO. Player time off. Player time off.
Yeah. So So for what? I've owned him, Jason. I actually put him on mine as well. 3 fantasy points, only 2 targets. But yeah, D. Alford, and the big thing about D. Alford is that he's only opposing offensive are only targeting him 10% of the time. So say they only throw the ball 3 times, that's 3 targets, man. And he only had 2 targets that game, so that same kind of shit right there. He is still the wide receiver 8 on the season, so it might be expensive, but like Jason said, you get a buy right now. So hopefully somebody is desperate. But then after he comes back from a bye, though, Jason, at Kansas City and at home versus Houston, so we might have seen the best stretch for Michael Pittman in the next 3 as far as like next month versus last month. His next month's gonna be worse than his last month. That's what I'm trying to say because of Kansas City, Houston, and the bye. But still, man, I'm buying everything I can of Michael Pittman Jr.
I just don't want people to get kind of discouraged over Alec Pierce. Like, yeah, I think he's a player to have. You can have him on your team, but I still think the number 1 wide receiver for the Colts and that high-power offense is Michael Pittman.
Oh, yeah. And as a Michael Pittman Jr. owner, I mean, it helped that I knew that he was going to do bad this week. But I started him anyways because you have to.
Right. Yep.
But, yeah, I wasn't surprised. I mean, this was his floor for the week, and he hit it. So, all right, let's hear some trades, Jason, for Michael Pittman Jr.
Okay. Even Josh Downs had a bad week, too, and that dude was like on a 4-game touchdown streak. Okay. Oh, wrong one. DeAndre Swift for Michael Pittman.
Dude, I'd rather have Michael Pittman Jr. with Manana guy there, getting the touchdowns, and, I mean, a little bit of injury. I almost put trade for DeAndre Swift because I feel like he would be cheap, but if it's for people like Michael Pittman Jr., I'd much rather have people like Michael Pittman Jr.
Would you do Quinshon Judkins, T. Higgins for Michael Pittman?
Oh, dang, that's a hard one, Jason. Because I'm gonna say to trade for Quinshon Judkins here in a minute. It was Quinshon Judkins and
T. Higgins for Michael Pittman.
Damn. If Joe Burrow comes back, I would rather. I want Joe Flacco. You know, I probably would go Quinshon and T. Higgins, Jason.
Okay.
That's pretty crazy.
Would you do DK Metcalf for Michael Pittman?
I'd rather have Michael Pittman Jr. No problem. That's not even a question, Jason.
All right.
So, Michael Pittman Jr., trade for. Next up, Jason, we just talked about him. Quinshon Judkins, only 10 fantasy points, 22 rushing attempts. That's what, God, man. If I could just roll out a running back that gets 20 plus rushing attempts, I don't even care what he gets, man. I would just keep on rolling him out there. I'd be super happy about it. For 75 yards, only 2 receptions. Last 4 games, Jason, has fantasy points. 3 fantasy points. 26 fantasy points versus Miami. I think he had 3 touchdowns. 4 fantasy points, a bye, and then 10 fantasy points. So 4 out of the last 5 weeks, man, the owners are like, what the fuck is going on around here? 24 plus touches in 4 of the last 6. He did have that shoulder injury, so that was probably one of those games. So, like, dude, like 5 4 out of 5 games, pretty much, this guy is getting 24 plus touches. It's almost guaranteed. And then you look at his schedule: Baltimore, Las Vegas, San Francisco, Tennessee, at Chicago, week 15. Buffalo, who cannot stop the run, dude. Cannot stop the run. Devon Achane is still running. Week 16. So you get Chicago and Buffalo in the playoffs. You get Baltimore, Las Vegas, and Tennessee over the next month. Dude, Quinshon Judkins should have a huge bounce back. I'm trying to trade for Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah, I think he had the second or third best strength of schedule the rest of the season. My only concern would be against Buffalo because of game script. But other than that, I mean, you said it. He's getting 20 rushing attempts. Please. What running backs are doing that nowadays, man?
And that's even with the new play caller. So
yeah. He probably got more, too, if it was game script in his favor.
And the people online, the owners online just seem upset with Quinshon Judkins as of late.
Would you do Ricky Pearsall or Quinshon Judkins?
Ricky Pearsall? What kind of leagues are we playing, dude? I own Ricky Pearsall. I couldn't trade him away for anything. Quinshon Judkins. I'm keeping Quinshon Judkins.
Roma Dunze. Quinshon Judkins.
I'd rather have Quinshon Judkins, Jason. I mean, Roma Dunze had this good week. Roma Dunze might have been a trade away for me, or maybe a hold, but I didn't put him on this list.
DJ Moore had 0 points this week.
Well, didn't he also leave?
Did he? I was wondering that when I saw the goose eggs. I was like, dude, that's what Dunze did the week before.
He got injured early.
And then would you do, straight up, dog, Breece Hall, Quinshon Judkins?
I mean, it's like the same thing, Jason. I mean, 2 terrible teams. I would probably just hold. I'd hold Breece Hall, and I wouldn't do the trade. I wouldn't do it.
I gotta go for you. This is a wild card, just because we were talking about this. Would you do Breece Hall, Keenan Allen for Rico Dowdle?
Hell yeah! If I can give me some Rico Dowdle, I think this would be one of his down weeks too. But I'd try to get me some Dowdle.
Okay.
No doubt. All right. Hey, real quick, I do want to hit something up because this is worth monitoring. If it doesn't happen, don't do this. We don't even have to go over the trades for this one, Jason, because it's not going to make sense unless we know that Dobbins is injured. But hey, if you think that, I mean, all these, it's all about high ankle sprains and a foot sprain. I'm not hearing shit about J.K. Dobbins today. I thought we would hear something, man. So monitor, because R.J. Harvey has 16 plus fantasy points and 2 of the last 3 already with him. Now he does have Kansas City a bye, but then at Washington, you've seen Washington. So hey, foot injuries are weird. Just look at Bucky Irving. I mean, now it's a shoulder injury. And Kyler Murray and a bunch of other stuff. So there's a chance, man, where J.K. Dobbins is seriously injured. So if you want to try to get R.J. Harvey for cheap, now is the time to do it. But I don't know. How do you feel about all that, Jason?
So for PPR points per touch, R.J. Harvey is number 1. And just
really?
Yeah, per touch.
Holy shit.
Well, I mean, dude, he has against Dallas, he had 2 touchdowns, and then hold on a second. 1, 2,
I would
3,
not
4.
have guessed that.
He's got 6 touchdowns on the season.
That is surprising, Jason.
In the last, before the Raiders game, Raiders got good run defense, just so you know. He's got 5 touchdowns in weeks 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So RJ Harvey, if you want to try to pick him up for cheap, now is the time to do it. Should we even go over trades for that real fast?
Let's do 2.
Right.
No, I don't even have it set up. Let's skip on.
Because I was like, it's kind of hard because things are going to change real quick if the injury becomes something. So just try to trade for him cheap right now. But if the injury becomes something, try to trade more and get him. And then I think it's the last one, Jason, as far as a buy. And we talked about him I talk about this every week, man. Wan'Dale Robinson, tried to trade for him. 12 fantasy points, 6 receptions on 11 targets, man. 62 yards versus Chicago. He has seen at least 1/3 of New York's targets in 3 of his last 4 games. 1/3, we're talking 33% target share. So 11 plus targets in 3 of the last 4. Dayball is fired. Dart is concussed. I think if you're going to get him for cheap right now, is going to be the cheapest you're ever going to get him. Washington week 15, Las Vegas week 17. So in the playoffs, he gets Washington, who is giving up, I think, top 5 points to fantasy wide receivers, and then Las Vegas. But the next 3, Jason, Green Bay, at Detroit, at New England. So 3 tough matchups. And one's going to be without Dart. So he's probably going to be coming back against or at Detroit. I don't know, man. If you're looking for like a cheap option, man, I don't know why people aren't trying to trade for Wan'Dale Robinson.
I like Wan'Dale Robinson, man.
So that's my thought process.
He's a good guy.
That guy's a good guy.
J.K. Dobbins, Wan'Dale Robinson.
Dude, I would trade away J.K. Dobbins right now for that.
DeAndre Swift, Wan'Dale Robinson.
Probably good DeAndre Swift. He still gets all the...
Okay.
I don't know why, but I just feel like, man, Chicago's in some explosive games, man. It's all the ugly coming back from behind shit.
I know.
Whereas Denver's offense has been just like so slow paced. So J.K. Dobbins does not have the upside that the Swift does. I probably go Swift because he's a running back, same tier people, same thing. But if running backs are more valuable.
Yeah, it's like Caleb Williams is a quarterback 36 quarters 1 through 3, and then quarterback 7 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Okay, last one. Would you do R.J. Harvey for Wan'Dale Robinson?
I would keep Wan'Dale Robinson until I know R.J. Harvey. If I need to know about J.K. Dobbins, if he's going to be out for at least one game, I will do that trade, especially if it's a foot injury, because more than likely it's going to turn into more than one game. So,
alrighty.
All right. Hey, on to the holds, Jason. First hold. Because I've been trying to I was like, you could not even give away Alvin Kamara. Now he scored 14 fantasy points, but the problem is that Shuck, I didn't get to watch the game, but from what I saw, he did not do bad, Jason. And Chris Olave had like 24 fantasy points. They're moving the ball. So 22 rushing attempts, 3 receptions for 32 yards. He's actually catching the ball again. Week 10, he had 14 fantasy points. He pretty much had 13 fantasy points the last 3 weeks combined before this game. So he's been terrible, unstartable. And now he has this. And he gets the Jets, who are god-awful. And then Tennessee, week 16 and 17. So I'm like, dude, if I need a running back and I'm like going to make the playoffs, you get the Jets in Tennessee. But right now he's got a bye. So Alvin Kamara going on a bye. Then he's at Atlanta, which is kind of a tough matchup. But then at Miami. So we're looking at we got some sweet matchups coming up. I just don't think I could trade him away just yet, Jason, after this week. But I still don't think I would trade. I don't know. I don't think I would trade for him either. So I think he's just kind of a hold for me.
Yeah, this one's tough. Yeah, I don't know. I guess just hold. I think either hold or sell. Sail away. Come sail away.
I think if you're set, if you're worried about making playoffs, trade him away. But if you're gonna make playoffs, man, week 16 and 17, those are some of the best matchups you can get. So I'd stick with that. All right, dude. I'm telling you, the Jets are gonna be one of the worst. It's gonna be so bad.
Oh yeah.
But, all right, what can you get for Alvin Kamara? Oh yeah, we're not doing that for holds.
We don't do the holds.
One more hold, Jason. And I'm a Travion Henderson owner. I told you to draft him. Oh my God, I feel so bad. 34 fantasy points. I started him, thank God. 14 rushes for 147 yards, 2 touchdowns. I just watched it. He's terrible on the goal line, man. He goes down so fast. But hey, in the open field, he's amazing. 5 or fewer fantasy points in 4 of the last 6. He's been unstartable. It's just like Alvin Kamara, man. Unstartable. Like, losing you weeks, clogging up a roster spot, man. Ramondre Stevenson is out. He will be back. The next 3 weeks are amazing. The Jets, Cincinnati, the Giants. All right, so 3 great matchups coming up. I don't know what to do with them, because if I traded him away right now and he blew up, I would hate myself forever, Jason. And I don't believe in him enough to trade for him. He's done it for 1 week. So he's a hold for me. I don't know what to do with him.
Yeah, if you somehow kept this guy for the whole the entire season, or he's on your waivers, maybe go pick him up. But hold this dude. With Ramondre Stevenson out and the injuries just keep piling up, I think maybe the fantasy gods are finally like, let it
My
be
Vrabel
done.
hates him, man.
Also, just so you know this, Tyler, I don't know if you already knew this. I'll see if you know this, and let me know if you know this. He had 100% pass protection rate.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. That's
Yep.
amazing. He was so
Yep.
bad at the beginning of the year, so at least that's rounding out.
Yep.
How about this, Jason? 3 rookies scored touchdowns of 50-plus, right, for the New England Patriots? That hasn't happened since Randy Moss did that all by himself his rookie season.
Oh, wait, not 3 rookies. 2 rookies, right?
Sorry, 2 rookies scored 3 touchdowns of 50 yards plus.
And you got the running back, and I got the wide receiver. Just mine's on my bench.
And I started mine. All right. I got some big sells, Jason.
We got another hold, Tyler.
Oh, hold it. Hold
the line. I want to get your thoughts on this because I wanted to do a sell on this cat, right? I don't really have a lot of information about this dude because first I was going to sell him. And now I'm thinking about maybe you got to hold this guy. And it's Woody Marks.
Oh, yeah.
Woody Marks had a good game. You know, he had 74% of the carries. Where am I saying this? He had 74% backfield carry share, which was also his career high. And then I saw that he had it was like crazy. He had 60 snaps compared to like Nick Chubb's like 10 snaps. And I'm like thinking, at first I wanted to trade away this guy. I'm like, this is a good time to trade high because we've seen this before with Woody Marks, right? We've seen it where he had a good game and everyone was for him. Like, we're starting him the next week. And then he went back into his shell. Well, the coaches actually put him back in his shell. What do you think? Are we holding on or are you trying to sell this guy high right now?
I started him, Jason, in our Dynasty League. And he outsnapped what? Chuba Hubbard or Nick Chubb. I know Nick Chubb was more efficient with his touches.
60-10, from my understanding.
Yeah, it was a snap count, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he almost got. Didn't he get injured? Like, when I was watching Reddit, like he got injured immediately and got taken off the field, and people were all worried about him. Woody Marks.
Well, I mean, he came back though.
Yeah, I'm just making sure he didn't leave with an injury. But yeah, dude, 12 plus fantasy points, 3 of the last 4 weeks since the bye at Tennessee. Buffalo can't stop shit. So I think I would try to trade for Woody Marks, Jason.
Okay, so you would sell this dude high if he was on your team.
No, I would try to Arizona, Las Vegas, the Chargers. So
those are pretty tough.
He's got 4 out of 6 good matchups coming up. I think I would try to trade for him, Jason.
And the other thing I was thinking about is that he is the passing back. No change of speed, the 2-minute drill, and the Texans. What were the Texans down 17-0?
Because it was was it 2? I don't remember, Jason.
They were down 17-0, and so they were trailing the entire game, and I think that also he benefited from that.
Wasn't it 2? What were the touchdowns? Defensive touchdowns? Yeah, Parker Washington. That's right, 2 Parker Washington touchdowns, right off the bat. One of which was a punt return. Okay.
So that's another concern I have, but for me, hold, Tyler, sell. Or trade.
All right, Jason, big sell here. Big sell. Justin Jefferson. I am a Vikings fan, and I'm a J.J. McCarthy hater, Jason. Hate. 7 fantasy points. 4 receptions on 12 targets. That's a 33% catch rate for 37 yards versus Baltimore. This is like DK Metcalf trying to catch balls from Geno Smith for the last couple of years. Justin Jefferson saw a 29% target share against the Ravens, but he scored 7 fantasy points. That's the first time he's been below 10 PPR fantasy points this year. He is averaging 12 fantasy points per game in the 4 games with J.J. McCarthy. And if you go sort by, average fantasy points per game averages here, that'd be wide receiver 36. A borderline flex option over the 4-game sample size with J.J. McCarthy, despite averaging 11 targets in those games. McCarthy, 25 or fewer pass attempts in 3 of the 4 starts this year, and the one time he threw for 42 times, Justin Jefferson gets 7 fantasy points. So you can't take a lot out of that either. Now he gets Chicago. That's great. But then at Green Bay, at Seattle. So 2 of the 3 next matchups are terrible. I'm trying to trade away Justin Jefferson, man. Again, I said this earlier. McCarthy's season high for yards was going to come this last week with like 240 whatever versus Baltimore. They do not want him to throw the ball much, and he's not going to be throwing for very many yards. And Justin Jefferson, right now, you can still sell him on name alone. Plus, he's not that far removed from a decent game. So, Jason, just try to trade away Justin Jefferson. What you have to do, package him up, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, I know you kind of said some of these stats earlier, but if you said all these, I'm sorry. I'm going to go over them again. So in the 4 games with J.J. McCarthy, 12.7 points per game, 32% target share, 8.5 per game, but only 111 air yards per game and a 50% catch rate. So obviously there's something going on there that's just not working out. And before this game, McCarthy was averaging 148 passing yards a game.
Yeah, it's like I said, it was yeah. What was I can't remember what it was, like 3 out of the 4 games it was just terrible. 150 yards or fewer.
He does have the number one best strength of schedule rest of the season, so you can add that into your trade block.
Yeah, but again, the next 2 of the 3 next matchups are going to be terrible for him.
Yeah. So Travion Henderson for Justin Jefferson.
Damn, dude, that must happen today after this last week.
Did.
The way you've done it before. If I could trade Javion Henderson for Justin Jefferson, I probably would, and then I would trade Justin Jefferson for something crazy. So I do a trade to trade because I do think that you can get more for Justin Jefferson than Travion Henderson. So, yeah, I would. If I could trade away Justin Jefferson, yeah, I would do that for Justin Jefferson, Jason. But then I'd trade away Justin Jefferson.
Kamani Vidal, Justin Jefferson for CeeDee Lamb.
Holy shit, yeah. If you could do something like that and get CeeDee Lamb, fucking get CeeDee Lamb, man.
Okay, then oh my gosh, why do people do this sometimes? Someone traded Justin Jefferson for Julio Jones. Twice. Okay, would you do...
what was the word I was... It's like collusion.
Corrosion.
Coercion.
Coercion. Yeah, totally. What about for Ladd McConkey?
I would take Ladd McConkey, Jason. So.
All right.
Okay, so Justin Jefferson is a hard sell. Jason, Courtland Sutton. I mean, we've been talking about this. I think it was trade. I told you to trade for Troy Franklin, and can't remember how many times we talked about this, but whatever. 5 fantasy points, 3 receptions on 4 targets for 24 yards versus Las Vegas, man. Troy Franklin has 37 targets over the last 4 games. During that same stretch, Sutton has 26. So the gap is getting, it was like 1 difference. There was like a couple difference, and now we're talking about 11 targets more over 4 games. So Sutton is averaging 9.1 fantasy points per game over the last 5. It's really not even startable, really. I mean, you want it in full PPR, you want 10 plus fantasy points from your flex. That ain't happening here. Across his first 5 games of the season, that was at 16. So huge step off, coincided with the takeoff of Troy Franklin. It's just the way it's going to be, man, in this offense. I mean, Bo Nix's footwork is fucked. I mean, I don't know if this is going to get straightened out this season, man. And I'm going to stop drafting second-year quarterbacks probably for the rest of my fantasy career, Jason. At Kansas City, week 17. So week 17, the championships, man. At Kansas City. Next up is Kansas City and a bye, but then they get Washington. So 2 of the next 3 matchups are god-awful. One's a bye. And you have Kansas City championship week of the playoffs, man. If I could try to trade away Courtland Sutton right now, bundle them up, and try to get, Justin Jefferson and Courtland Sutton for CeeDee Lamb or something, I'll do that.
We chase targets, and it's going to Troy Franklin.
Troy Franklin.
Alec Pierce for Courtland Sutton.
Woo! Give me Alec Pierce, Jason.
Brian Thomas for Courtland Sutton.
I was like, fuck Brian Thomas, dude. But right now, I mean, I'd probably take Brian Thomas, man, because Courtland Sutton's been unstartable. At least let me see some more Brian Thomas with this new configuration going on here.
Last one, we just talked about this guy. Woody Marks, Courtland Sutton.
I would take Woody Marks, Jason. So that is easy for me. So Courtland Sutton has lost a ton of value this season. Next up, Jason, Jameson Williams. And I don't know what to do. I was about to put this guy for the trade for, but it's like, dude, 24 fantasy points, 6 receptions on 7 targets. Dan Campbell did take over play calling. 16 plus fantasy points in 3 of the last 4. That's without Dan Campbell doing play calling. 6 plus targets in 3 of the last 4. So more involved, turning into a lot more points. At Philadelphia, not a good matchup. New York Giants, great matchup. Green Bay, not a great matchup. So 2 of the next 3, not great matchups. How do you feel about Jameson Williams, Jason? Because right now I'm thinking I would try to package him and Justin Jefferson, get CD Lamb. Now I'm all about getting CD Lamb with Justin Jefferson. But, I mean, would you try to trade for him? Do you believe in him that much? Or would you kind of capitalize on the last 3 games, especially this game, and trade him away?
Trade him away. Even though, what we went over, Jared Goff has great matchups for the rest of the season, and this is what he did last year when Jared Goff just blew up and started winning people fantasy leagues. Jameson Williams was a part of that last year. So, he was crying to the coach, and the coach said, we're going to give you more opportunities, and it's definitely happening. So how long is that going to last? The good thing about the Lions, though, is that even if they have like a 20-point lead on somebody in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes remaining, they're still going to bomb it deep and try to score 50.
They remember what it was like to get the teeth kicked in, Jason, so they're just like, fuck you.
And they just go home and like look at the scoreboard.
Yeah. Who's ever going to talk shit about the Lions? The Lions are pouring it on.
Yeah. Okay, Jaylen Warren, Jameson Williams.
Jaylen Warren, dog. Give me Jaylen Warren.
Oh, no. Whoa, that happened. Okay, this happened twice. Jordan Addison, Jameson Williams.
Give me Jameson Williams. I do not want... Dude, Addison. I told everybody to trade away to Addison 2 weeks ago. JJ McCarthy, man, there's not a big enough piece of the pie, Jason, for Addison.
Khalil Shakur for Jameson Williams.
I'd rather have... Well, Khalil Shakur was supposed to go off this week. He had like the best matchup in the NFL, so it pissed me off. But I still think I'd rather have Shakur, Jason.
Oh, yeah. I think I would have Williams. I want that ceiling.
Yeah, that's all I'm like. I know I would start Shakur in my flex every week in full PPR, whereas Jameson Williams would be like every other, I don't know, matchup dependent.
Oh, okay. That was it. Yep. We did our 3.
Sorry, I'm like watching the football game right now. Daniel Jones, Jason. I own Daniel Jones. 15 fantasy points. He is quarterback 5 on the season. I don't feel like I have a quarterback 5 on the season. I really don't. Quarterback 15 over the last 2 weeks behind Penix. So 2 bad weeks. 4 interceptions, 3 fumbles over the last 2 games, man. It has been killing me. 2 rushing touchdowns over the last 8 games. I got him because I thought he was going to run the hell out of the ball. That's what his upside was insane with running the ball. He's not been doing it. His next 3 matchups, Jason, are terrible, dude. A bye. That's bad. At Kansas City, at home versus Houston. So no good. He's not going to be running a lot there at all. Then at Seattle, the first week of playoffs. I'm trying to trade away Daniel Jones for, I don't know, man. You might be able to get Joe Burrow or something. I'd rather start Joe Flacco over Daniel Jones. There's a lot of other quarterbacks, man, that I'd rather start over Daniel Jones, especially as of late. He's been inconsistent. And the colder it gets, the more they're going to run the ball anyways.
Trade that happened today. Who would you pick? Joe Burrow, Daniel Jones.
Huh. Joe Burrow. That's funny that I just said that.
And then what about David Montgomery, Daniel Jones?
Ooh, David Montgomery all day. Now, I would be concerned if I was a David Montgomery owner with Dan Campbell doing the play calling because Jahmyr Gibbs just went nuts with a lot of carries. But other than that, I would still try to get Monty.
DeAndre Swift, Daniel Jones.
DeAndre Swift, man. So that's the kind of shit that you could get for Daniel Jones. I'm try to wait Daniel Jones. I probably will do it right after the tomorrow morning. Do what I can get. All right, Jason. This is the last one. You ready?
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker, 7 fantasy points. Not a lot to say about this dude. When I saw that guy get a touchdown, Jason, oh my God, I had his name.
Charbonnet?
No, the other guy.
Oh, yeah, like Holland or something like that?
Dude, I was like, how can you start Kenneth Walker, man? How can you start Kenneth Walker? running back 38, averaging 7.4 fantasy points per game over the last 5 weeks. That's more than a month. That is half of the season. He's averaging 7 fantasy points, man. At the Rams, no thanks. At Tennessee, that's fine. At home versus Minnesota, Minnesota is starting to actually play well against the run again. Like, they're actually annihilating some people on the run. So 2 out of the 3 next matchups are bad. Kenneth Walker, man, you can't start him. I would do whatever I have to do, Jason, package him up and get him off my team, because at this point he's clogging a roster spot.
Okay, Tyreek Hill. What is going on here? Rashid. Okay, that's not fair at all. Alvin Kamara, Kenneth Walker.
Dude, Alvin Kamara. If you could get Alvin Kamara right now, oh my God, I'd be all about it.
Kyle Monanagai for Kenneth Walker.
Dude, try to trade for Monanagai with Kenneth Walker and see if you get accepted. That'd be great.
Would you do, okay, Marion Hampton for Kenneth Walker?
That's tough, because I'm telling you, dude, sometimes when I watch these Chargers games, I'm like, Kamani Vidal is insane. He looks so good. And then the next game, he's like the worst. It's like every other game. So I am interested to see what they're going to do with Marion Hampton. Are they going to save him in case they make the playoffs, you know?
I think they're going... Sorry, go on.
I'm just saying, like, would you think that they would save him, like, for a playoff run, and hopefully they get, like, you know, some players back or something?
I think they will play him, because even though it's like Vidal, he scored 15 points, but he had like a 3.8 yards per carry in that game. The volume is just what really helped him. And the week before that, he only had 3 carries against Tennessee.
Right.
He's a running back that they use when the Chargers are in the lead. Or Hampton, he could be on the field if they're on the lead. If they're losing, they're tied, and get a lot of opportunities. So,
all right, yeah, I'd rather have Hampton over Kenneth Walker.
Okay,
all right, Jason, that is it for everything. I'm gonna stop sharing. So, hey, man, if you got some players you want us to talk about, trade for, trade away, please comment down below, and we will get to it when we can. Hopefully, we earned a thumbs up, man. Hopefully, we earn a subscription. That's exactly what this show needs right now. So please do that. Jason, please send us out.
Did you hit the unshare button, Tyler? We are... No?
Did I hit the unshare?
Yeah, like, did you stop sharing?
Oh, yes, I did.
Really? This thing is just jacked up, dude. I still see, hold Alvin Kamara.
My bad.
No. That's funny. Okay, so after this video, the next day we got your world known wide receiver cornerback matchup of the week. Make sure you check that out if you want to win this week. And then we'll talk to you in our Vegas episode, Vegas odds. Talk to you then. Deuces.
This is the Fantasy Red Zone. We appreciate you.